I'm Mike Sullivan.
And I'm Lauren Sullivan. So let's just get like the irony out of this video, like out of the way in the very beginning. Okay. So today we're going to talk about something that Tiger Woods recently said when asked, how is an amateur golfer supposed to get any better? And his response was, one, don't watch effing YouTube.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Okay.
And then number two is get out there and hit some balls. And so we wanted to kind of address that because, well, you know, we have a YouTube channel. How is somebody supposed to navigate all of this information and actually use it to improve? And so it's a topic that I think is worth addressing.
Sure. Yeah. So, well, let's talk about like why do we have the YouTube channel? What are we, or what have I been trying to do with the YouTube channel? And for us, it's definitely a marketing tool. People get a chance to see mostly videos that I'm doing, and they can see, okay, well, this guy, they feel like they get to know me a little bit, so it's kind of like a marketing thing. Also, I do make the videos with my own students in mind who I either work with here or I've worked with online. So I am trying to put up something that's relevant specifically to people that I'm working with, right? If you are looking to get better at golf through watching YouTube videos, the problem with that is you're getting one-way instruction. Right. So that's the problem with it. And I oftentimes have people that are coming in here on a daily basis watch a video and ask me a question about it relative to them.
Right.
Also, it's amazing when you think about what are some of the simplest things that you could watch a YouTube video about a topic that could work with one-way instruction. For example, on a training aid. I think one of the simplest training aids out there is an impact bag, right? That's that bag where it's to help with impact position. Well, when I work with somebody in a golf lesson using an impact bag, as you know as well, almost always they need coaching just to hit that bag.
Right.
They tend to need coaching using alignment sticks.
Yes, for sure.
They need coaching with their grip. And so what I'm saying is coaching is like, okay, let's show you how to do this, then you do it, and then you get some feedback. Okay, well, that looks good. That you want to go this way or that way.
Right.
Right? So I know I make the videos with the intent of letting anybody who watches this learn from it. However, you're always going to do better when you can ask a question, and then when you can show what you think you're doing, when you think you're doing it correctly, and then have some educated eyes on you to then give you some feedback as to how close you are, it's really big.
And so this is where Tiger is not wrong in that, you know, it's true. There's so much information, and the way that we teach and the way we coach is, it's like building a house. You start with the foundation and then you move your way up. Right. And when somebody is brand new at golf and they go onto YouTube, they're like, where do I start? There's a million videos about golf and how to get better, and what works for them is not going to work for somebody else, or what's important, what's a priority for them is not necessarily a priority for someone else. And so when it comes to a golf student navigating this like huge web of YouTube videos, like how do we help them decide the right path?
So what I would say is, I always want to do this up front. Whenever we make an instructional video, I always want to start with grip, alignment, ball position, posture.
All the things that you do
every single time. I want to make sure that's correct
before you even swing.
Yes.
The club.
So you know what'll happen is to give you an example of a golf student coming in. You know, I've got a great guy I'm working with, and he comes in and he wants to talk about the angle of his wrist at the top of his backswing, right? Well, we want to make sure you get back there the right way first. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like for example, the angle of your lead wrist at the top of your backswing, it should look a certain way based on the way that you grip the club and based on the way that your impact position. So you don't want to just copy somebody's wrist angle at the top necessarily, right? We get, I had a comment from a newer golfer who's doing great, by the way. He was saying there's a lot of conflicting advice on the internet. I got to tell you, I don't necessarily see a ton of conflicting advice. I see advice explaining something a different way from different instructors. I don't see a ton of flat out conflicting information out there, right? Especially if you're looking at somebody who's reputable. There's a lot of guys who know what they're talking about. They're talking to you though about something the way that they see it, the way that they're explaining it. You could attack things usually what seems like a completely different way when it's not that different. So what I would say about YouTube videos, make sure you really have an understanding about your pre-swing fundamentals and make sure they're good. So if you've got bad alignment and you do everything else right, it's not going to work. I do understand how hard it is to find a coach because one, it's relatively expensive one-on-one, it really is. And then two, I know because we have a lot of people who are located all over the world who send their videos to us so I can analyze it. And so it may be hard to click with somebody, right? But always go, if you're going to get information from, say, the internet, go with the pre-swing fundamentals. Record your swing, record your setup so you can see what you're actually doing versus what you think you're doing. And I'm going to leave with this. I'm going to tell you a quick little story about feel versus real. Years ago, I play around the golf, and if I miss it, I'm going to tend to draw it. Well, or hook it. I'm slicing the ball off the tee. I go back to the range same day, go to work on it, slicing. So I take a video of myself. I was not using an alignment stick. I just was hitting balls down the range. I was not taking my own advice. My alignment's off. So I go, oh, look at my alignment's way off. I correct and by the way, I was lined up too far to the right. Okay, I correct my alignment. So I think I did not use an alignment stick. Go back to the video, still lined up to the right. I finally put my stick down just like I would teach a beginning golfer, point one at the target, I put another one parallel to my feet, boom, I got the problem fixed. So if you're having trouble with your golf game, which everyone is, right, make sure you're really good on the basics. Make sure you're good on the basics.
And the second part of that, what Tiger said, was get out there and hit balls. And the truth is that we tell people all the time, if you hit 1,000 balls a day and you get no instruction, you're going to get better. You may not get as good as you could be with proper coaching, but you are going to get better just through repetition, right?
You'll become more skillful. Playing the game of golf is not all skill related. It's about performing. So I would also say you should play. You should obviously, practice all the time, play all the time. You'll lose your house, but you'll be great at golf. Right?
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up with that.
All right. Hope that helps.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.